Oh, I thought you were talking about me.
When I said bright, I did refer to you. Board Member Eaglin, how are you? This chair seems low.
I'll do that too anytime. You know.
Good morning. We are live on City of Madison YouTube channel. Welcome to 2023, January 3rd, and the City of Madison Board of Public Works and Safety first meeting of the year. And we have roll call.
Evelyn,
Here.
Mayor Courtney,
Here.
Carla,
Here.
Board, have you had an opportunity to review the minutes from the December 19th meeting? If so, we'll entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
Mayor, I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes submitted for the December 19th, 2022 meeting as submitted.
I'll second David's motion.
Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? And we're moving the claims up to the beginning of the agenda, so we'll start that.
Mayor had an opportunity to review the claims. I'll make a motion that the claims be approved as submitted.
I'll second David's motion.
Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. No adjustments today. Under unfinished business, fire department changes to SOPs. Do we want to leave that on the table? And if it's okay with Chief Washer back there, we'll discuss that at the next Board of Public Works meeting. Is that okay? All right, so we'll leave that off the table. Move on to new business. Brian Jackson with the Water Project SRF claims.
You should have all the claims there in your packets. This is just an approval that we'll have to do while the water project's underway. This is for SRF disbursement requests 6 through 10. SRF request number 6, these are all from Commonwealth Engineers. I've actually held back a few and I'm paying them all now with the SRF monies. The SRF number 6 is for final design of the project. Number 7 was for soil borings and regulatory work they did. Number 8 was for erosion control and regulatory work they did. Number 9 was for bidding and negotiation, and number 10 was also for bidding and negotiation. And these were invoices dated the October 26th, November 30th, and December 21st. And once we approve them here, I'll submit them to the SRF for payment.
Okay. Brian, I don't have any questions on the disbursement request form, but correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't we still at a point where we need to issue a notice to proceed?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
and what's the status of that? We do have
I talked
SRF
with Rob this
approval.
morning.
Yeah.
He's trying to organize a pre-construction meeting. Unfortunately, that involves the engineers, the SRF personnel, and a lot of them were off in December. The contractors, the labor standards consultant, and us. So when he's trying to put together a date, we've been emailing, trying to get a date that works for everybody, and then we'll have the initial pre-construction meeting, and then we'll have the notice to proceed. He's trying to get that. He was hoping this week, but I don't really see that as feasible when it's a short week, and it's probably gonna be next week. That's what we're targeting. That's what I'm assuming he's gonna target is sometime next week. That works for
Okay.
everybody.
It's relative to the bids that we received for, because we broke that down into 3 different divisions.
Right. Now, the bids have already been awarded, but the notice to proceed,
Okay,
that's a separate thing.
But there's nothing that's going to contradict anything that's in any of the bids with regards to.
No.
That would trigger.
The notice to proceed is just the official notice for them, they can
Okay.
start the job. And some of them have actually already started ordering supplies and things like that. They've been awarded the bids.
I just want to make sure that there wasn't anything that procedurally, that would, disrupt any provisions in the bids that we awarded.
No,
Relative
nothing.
to issuing it of a
Right.
notice to proceed.
Anything that would change now would involve a change order with with any of those 3 projects, the A, B, and C divisions.
Okay.
So anything monetarily that requires a change would require a change order, which we would bring here. And Rob would probably come to that meeting and we explain the change order. I'm hoping we have a few change orders that subtract some money out of the,
Okay.
but we'll probably
So
have some that add some too.
expectation at the next council meeting, or not, at the next BPW meeting, we'd be issuing a notice to proceed?
Possibly.
Okay.
I don't want to commit because it involves so many people. The SRF people are the toughest people to get to come to the meeting. But the contractors too, because I'm assuming he wants to just have one day where all the contractors can come, even though it's three different divisions. But we'll see. We may end up having to break it into, the SRF wants that too, because they don't want to have to come to multiple meetings.
Okay.
But,
Well, then I'll make a motion that we approve requests, the three SRF claims as presented by Brian.
I'll second Mary's motion.
Any discussion? Comments or questions? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
I couldn't understand, did you say 3 or
I
5?
thought there were
There's
three.
5,
Oh,
6
was there?
through 10, I believe.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
6, oh, I'm sorry. I was on the wrong page. I started at 8, 6 through 10.
Okay.
Correct the motion, amend the motion. Second.
Second.
And any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. Thanks,
Thank
Brian.
you.
All right, Nicole on PACE projects and Crystal Beach change order.
Good morning. I just have a couple of PACE items for you. The first is a midpoint for 615 Mulberry Street. Matt Finley has completed over half of his project. This is a dilapidated structure, so he's asking for the disbursement of $12,500. And then the second one's a final.
I'm sorry, I have a quick question on that. Does the garage behind that go with that property?
It does.
Okay. Really pretty.
Is that going to be something he's gonna rent out, or?
I believe he's planning to move there.
I just want to say that this project and the one next door to it,
Dr. Kaler's? It's beautiful.
I mean, that's just totally transformed that block. I mean, I can remember going back years and years and years, those houses sitting there just being vacant and deterioration and I mean, it's just so wonderful to see those back in occupancy, so,
They were
Clean.
dilapidated and
Very.
uninhabited for ever.
yeah. So,
There used to be 3 there, actually, if you recall that.
yeah.
Dr. Kaler had a vision to transform that whole block. She has.
I make a motion, we, approve the PACE midpoint for 615 Walnut Street.
I'll second the motion.
Okay. Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Comments or questions? Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? Thank you.
Final is for William Harley Adams at 220 East Main Street. He's already received half of his funds, but this is some of the befores. His work included tuck pointing, windows, a little bit of metal siding work on the back. It has been completed according to his PACE grant agreement, and he's asking for the final disbursement of $3,750.
So all of the facade improvements are completed?
Yes.
Okay.
I make a motion, we approve the PACE final at 220 East Main.
I'll second that motion.
Any discussion? Comments or questions? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Thank you. Okay. Another great project that's wrapping up. Speaking of another great project that's wrapping up, Crystal Beach,
Yes.
the
You should have
pool
an
house.
updated version of the change orders we need to approve. It's just change order 26 and 27. This will be the official change order number 4 for the Crystal Beach Pool House. While doing a punch list walkthrough, we found a couple of issue areas which needed to be added, including adding a couple of light fixtures and then updating some paint. So the change order amount is $2,342. We still have a negative overall change order for Crystal Beach Pool House.
What's the status of the, I think there was an elevator and punch list items that you're working on, and what is our anticipated, occupancy date now?
I don't have a actual occupancy date slated yet. We're still working through the punch list, but the engineers and contractor team are meeting weekly to go through where they're at on that progress. I do know that the elevator is waiting for MetroNet to install the phone line, and that's supposed to happen this week.
Is the elevator operational now, though?
Other than the phone
Other than the
line,
phone?
yep.
And, relative to our grant with Okra, we're still fine there?
Yes.
Okay.
Was there any damage this last weekend?
Grab your mic there.
Was there any damage this weekend with all the, cold weather and no pipes or?
Not that I'm aware of. We made sure the contractor was aware that if there was any damage, since he still maintains control of that facility, that he would be responsible. So I do know he sent crews over to ensure that there wasn't going to be any.
I know that basement area was open.
Yeah, I'm not aware. I believe they turned off all the water and drained the lines as much as they could.
Thank you.
Nicole's, make sure I'm looking at this right, we've had change orders of $237,807
Yes, negative.
off of the original bid,
Yes.
so.
Yep, because we had a large one that was about 240 that removed the pool work from it, and then we've had a couple that have increased from that negative.
And we should be winding down then on final cost settlement,
Yes.
getting close.
Yes.
I'll make a motion then we approve the change order 26 and 27. That'd be the beach project.
I'll second that motion.
Any discussion, comments, or questions? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Thank you.
Cole, thank you. And our Director of Economic Development, Tony Steinhardt, relative to a lighting service agreement with Duke Energy. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning, board members, and Happy New Year. In front of you is a Duke Energy lighting service agreement for decorative lighting along Michigan Road from Clifty Drive south of Miles Ridge. There to about the entrance into Michigan, or into the school. Through our process, as you know, the Michigan Road Improvement project that the RDC was doing did not receive bids. We're working through a number of quotes and negotiations with contractors to finish that work, as the RDC did declare an emergency for that project. We are working through that. As a part of that, we uncovered with Duke Energy in our collaboration with them some programs, one of which was their ability to do decorative lighting, which takes the responsibility away from the city to maintain those in day-to-day, week-to-week, as well as during accidents. So we utilize that as a way of doing the lighting along Michigan Road for this project. That agreement would add to $338 a month to our Duke Energy bill, and would allow that project to move forward. I would say that we have some other exciting news coming here in the next few weeks with Duke Energy on some other projects as well that we'll be able to present. But it's been a good conversation with Duke Energy over the last 3 months, and a good opportunity for us to move that project forward.
Tony, you're doing a really good job engaging with Duke and looking for solutions. And this is a good plan, in my opinion.
The way I understand it, with the changing the lighting with the LED, it will be a lot better lighting and less cost.
Yeah, so we will be removing about 10 Cobra lights from Clifty Drive south, and then replacing with about 15 decorative lights to match similar to the new bridge approach. Those will be the similar lights.
Tony, does this include at all any of the lights into the shops at Sunrise Crossing, or on the boulevard we're building, or is this strictly Michigan Road?
Just strictly Michigan
Okay.
Road. The boulevard lights are included as a part of the boulevard costs associated with the developer, and when those get built, he will turn those over to the city. They will be a different kind of, the style of light.
So this agreement here for the lighting service, it's not just the electrical consumption, but they will install the
Yes, they will install
light-
the lights
light
underground.
poles
The
as
light
well?
poles, they
Okay.
will be pulling the wires and adding the conduits underground. They'll remove the existing Cobra lights and the poles. Most of those lights along Michigan Road in that area are on their own separate poles, so we'll be removing some poles as a part of that process and cleaning up the visual impact along that district, Sunrise Crossing District.
The actual lighting itself will belong to Duke Energy.
The actual lighting itself will belong to Duke, much like the Cobra lights do, which takes the responsibility off the city. You know, downtown, most of the lights in our downtown community are owned by the city and have to be maintained by the city, so accidents happen, we have to go and repair these. This is part of the Duke's program that they're offering communities.
Like it. I'd like to move that we accept the lighting service agreement and authorize the mayor to enter into contract, finalizing it with Duke Energy.
I'll second that motion.
Any comments or questions? Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Tony, keep up the good work on
Thank you.
for that. Last on new business, as we move into 2023, we have here our annual contract with Joe Jenner, counsel to the city, for the amount of $1,250 a month on retainer. This is the annual contract of legal services with Jenner's firm. Need a motion to approve.
I make a motion, we approve the Jenner Patterson contract for 2023.
I'll second that motion.
Any discussion? Comments or questions? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. All right, well, under mayor's comments, not a whole lot to add, except that we are rolling into 2023 with a lot on our plates. A lot of investment has been happening over the course of the last couple of years, and a lot of planning for investment has been happening all across the city. If you've driven basically across any segment of our community, you'll see construction happening either on the riverfront or public works projects, roads projects, gateway improvements, utility project, as Brian was outlining today, sidewalks, shopping, housing, all over the community. So it's taking a lot there. We had probably the largest year of investment in the city of Madison's history, and we're going to roll that into 2023 with many projects underway and a lot in the planning stages. So I'll be brief in my remarks today, and look forward to really just a very robust environment for 2023. Despite how difficult of a construction and labor environment we're in, we're still being creative and partnering with the state as well as our regional development authority to get projects done. Move on there. Is there any public comments? Anybody here would like to address Board of Public Works and Safety this morning? So would you come to the podium? Our next meeting will be Tuesday, January 17th, 2023.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank